Hey, so this is really good for Tesla. I'm actually stuck on a roller coaster right now, so I figured why not do an update? This, by the way, is an induction style roller coaster, which gets you like 0 to 70 really rapidly. It has that Model S kind of, it's amazing. Which I wonder what came first, Elon's inspiration for these electric motors and that launch to get the Model S Plaid, or these roller coasters, probably the roller coasters. But anyway, same feeling is great. But we got to talk about this Trump appointment and how it could potentially benefit Tesla. And right now, this appointment is still being considered. But I want you to think about this guy called Emil. He's an Egyptian-born guy. Here, I wrote down a little note on him. He's an Egyptian-born guy. He was born in Cairo. And Donald Trump is thinking about potentially appointing him to the Department of Transportation. So he would be taking over Mayor Pete's job. And this guy's like a VC kind of background type. He started in consulting. And then he went over to Goldman Sachs and worked mergers and acquisitions. That's kind of the more boring background part, okay? He's a Harvard guy. Then he went back and went to Stanford Law. So the guy's obviously got intellect. He is a Republican. Trump is considering appointing him to the Department of Transportation. And I want you to see why he could be perfect for Tesla's robo-taxi network, which frankly is really, really a big deal. So not only did he start in consulting, mergers, acquisitions, so he gets investment banking, he also worked for the Department of Defense under the Obama administration, which is kind of interesting because I think that opens up the door to his connections with military spending into potentially autonomous vehicles, but also for SpaceX. And this guy runs a VC company which invests in SpaceX, as well as a few other things like Perplexity and GoPuff and otherwise. So, Perplexity, let me say that correctly. This guy is really connected to what Elon Musk does. So not only SpaceX, but also likely to be very connected to Tesla for the robotaxi network. Now, he worked at Uber as a senior vice president in 2013. And what he did when he was at Uber was also really important. He worked really closely with regulators in China and in Russia to expand the Uber ride-hailing platform. Well, what is going to be very important for Tesla when it comes to expanding the robotaxi network? Well, also expanding where ride-sharing apps are accepted, where they're cleared in a regulatory way. And this Emil guy is going to be perfect for that role. This is why Elon Musk will send little tweets like, yeah, good pick, about this guy on Twitter. He's not telling you the full story that this is more than a good pick. This is basically like Elon's puppet getting in there. Now, obviously, the guy worked for Uber, not Tesla, but he invests in SpaceX. He's a Republican. He has the intel of expanding ride-sharing apps in China and Russia and in the United States. He was the right-hand man of the Uber CEO, Harvard guy, Stanford guy, the perfect kind of guy to get approved, and VC guy. He also invests in Stripe, by the way, the payment platform. Looking at what else we have here, these are some other things I wrote down. So frankly, this is great. And, with sort of a short-term mindset on technicals, Tesla did what I needed it to do, which was regain 318. This is actually bullish. As long as the broader market doesn't pull down this next week, the more we build this floor around 300, above 295 and 318, the better it is for stability for Tesla. You want to stay here. You don't necessarily need a moonshot and then lose 50%. Just, leg up, hold it. That's a technical basis, right? Long term, of course, you're going to have recession risks in Tesla. So anything you're buying right now, I always recommend just be prepared for a 50% drawdown and don't put more into it unless you're comfortable with a 50% drawdown. But they won't be company related, in my opinion. I mean, maybe you could have a robotaxi kill someone or whatever, but those are, in my opinion, going to be by the dip setbacks. Yes, I'm not the biggest fan of Tesla's valuation right now, but I will tell you, people keep using my referral link, and it's honestly really bullish for Q4. And I'm not trying to pitch my referral link in case you don't know what it is. It's metkevin.com/Tesla, metkevin.com/Tesla. But I kind of use it as a gauge to see, are people actually buying Teslas when I think they're going to buy Teslas. And it really started in May. We saw a big acceleration, and that's, Tesla's price was like $200 cheaper back then. I mean, maybe not quite $200 cheaper. It was like 50% cheaper. So, that's something to consider. I don't know, it's more anecdotal, but it makes sense because if people are fearful that the $7,500 tax credit is going to go away, they're going to want to buy this year. And it's honestly the best way to pump Q4 sales for Tesla. I kind of think their Q4 deliveries might skyrocket. Consumers haven't lost their jobs yet, so you don't have a recession. You've got people with excess savings, and people kind of want a car. Now, Troy Tesla put a thing out about how the Cybertruck is making money on the Beast version, but not on the lower cost version. So we could see a hit to margin if more people are picking up the lower cost Cybertruck, but I guess we'll see. Jack, what do you think? Should we get a Cybertruck? Which car, would you ever go in the Model S Plaid anymore if we had a Cybertruck?
I would still.
You would still?
Yeah.
It's a little faster. What's this? The Model S is, I think it's 1.9 asterisk, roll off subtracted. And then the Cybertruck is, I want to say the Beast, which is more expensive, is 3.6.
But it's fast.
The Cybertruck is about a half a second slower. The Plaid's faster.
No, the
Beast. The Beast is like 2 seconds faster. I think the non-Beast is like 5.5 seconds. Yeah. So, but you think you would you ever go back in the S if you had a Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Really? One of the benefits of the Cybertruck is I don't think we would have the booster seat problem that Max has, where he can't buckle up. So you have some more space. It's not like mega space. Like one of the things that some of the, I want to say they're remember we looked at the GMC dealer, we looked at some of the big pickup trucks there? They had a lot of space in the back and all the sort of leather work they have back there, very country-esque. Kind of cool, but they definitely have more room than the Cybertruck, but it's not a Cybertruck. You need FSD. I love FSD. In fairness, though, I'm going to get a Sprinter van as well, but that's, maybe somebody else can drive that. But anyway, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe we can add it to your Christmas list, a Cybertruck. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, look, service has arrived. No, I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
I've never been on a stuck roller coaster.
You've never been stuck on a roller coaster? Well, come on, man. We get to talk about Uber and how the Uber VP, right-hand man of the CEO, is basically going to be Elon Musk's puppet for Tesla. No, it's even better than basically buying Donald Trump. Is if you can buy Donald Trump, influence the appointments. Oh snap, more people coming. If you can influence the appointments, that's even better because they do the date. I just heard a generator pop on over there. That's not a good sign. But anyway, then you can influence literally the day-to-day because Donald Trump's not going to sit there in the White House every single day and dictate, what should be done with highways or FSD or whatever. But if you basically have an Elon Trump puppet, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit the guy. He's probably a nice guy. If he wants to do an interview, I'd love to interview him. That is offensive, though, to call him a puppet. I shouldn't do that. But what I mean. You basically have somebody who's well aligned with Elon and Trump. It's probably more bullish than Elon, basically getting Trump in, is getting somebody like Emil into the Department of Transportation and getting Mayor Pete out. Now, remember, a lot of people say NHTSA doesn't like Tesla. I think that's wrong. When they had Elon mode, and I covered this back then too, when they had the Elon mode where there was no nag for, certain cars like Elon's car, they actually, while they were upset that was done, they actually said, hey, what did you learn from not having a nag? Maybe we don't actually need a nag. Maybe that's a good thing. So that to me shows that these regulatory bodies, they're probably more constrained by leadership in Washington, potentially like a Biden or Mayor Pete or whatever, than they are anti-FSD. I actually think they're pro-FSD. I still don't believe that FSD is robo-taxi ready. I think that will take years longer, and it will cause buy-the-dip opportunities in Tesla. I want to be very clear about that. Tesla needs to grow into this valuation now. Their valuation was low. It used to be low. Now, you got a problem. No, they say they're going to announce cheaper vehicles at the beginning of next year, but I think they just mean cheaper existing models, like maybe a cheaper version of the Model 3 when the $7,500 tax credit goes away. Maybe they do a smaller battery in some existing models, or like a cheaper Cybertruck, like a $59,000 Cybertruck with less range and even less speed or whatever, right? But I don't think you're going to get a brand new model until the robotaxi, especially since Elon Musk basically killed that idea anyway. So, well, of a $25,000 non-robotaxi car. We'll see. But look, I know people have their opinions about where I am with Tesla. I want to just be crystal clear. Today, valuation is high. This will be one of the greatest, it probably already is, greatest companies in the world. And I love the innovation that Elon does. And I'm not always perfect, but I'm just going to be transparent with you. So I love y'all. If you want more of my guide, especially what I'm seeing for buying opportunities with, nice, technical analysis. Yeah, there they go. With technical analysis, make sure to get the free alpha report over at meetkevin.com/alpha, and we'll see you there. And then remember, my Tesla referral is metkevin.com/Tesla. All right, folks, I love you all. Jack, say bye. Bye. That's a good picture. I'll take a picture of that too.